this is the second part, and I just want to mention some things I did not mention in the previous video. For one, I did not mention, I said there are seven notes in the musical alphabet, but I think I was supposed to say there are 7 alphabets in music, and 7, that's an A, B, C, D, E, F. So between each of these you now have like the middle notes. Those are like A sharp, B sharp, A sharp, which is also B flat, like I mentioned, right? So you have B sharp, which is also C flat. It's nothing like C flat and B sharp because there is no space between them. There's like, because I said body close, right? So we have a B sharp is also a C, and a C flat is also a B. So yeah, B, C, C sharp, which is also a D flat, and an E sharp, which is also E sharp is also an F, because extra friendly, there's no space between them, like I explained before. Alright, so yeah, and which other thing did I forget to mention? I think I already explained everything I wanted to explain. Alright, so now we are going into chords. What is a chord? A chord is basically playing more than one note at a time. More than one note at a time. So we have different types of chords. I just got carried away. I just zoned out while still here. Alright, so sorry. We have a tritone. I think a tritone is mostly used in jazz, and it's just basically playing, I think it's 2 notes at a time, yes, but then it sounds so good. I love jazz, by the way. I love jazz. I don't play jazz, but I love listening to jazz. Why don't I play jazz? Because I don't know how to, basically. But yeah, I'll learn for sure. I'll learn how to play that. But yeah, so if I have the time. But yes, so a tritone is mostly used in jazz, but then the one that is mostly used is a triad. So we have tritone playing 2 notes at the same time, right? Then we have a triad that's playing 3 notes at the same time. So these are types of chords that I'm mentioning. So we have a tritone, we have a triad, we have dominant chords, we have suspended chords, we have major, because like you can have like a major 7th chord, or an add 9 chord, or an add 11 chord. When you have something like an add 9 and 11, you're playing the triad, and then you're adding a 9th and an 11. When I explain it, you shall understand. But yeah, we have chords like that. We have augmented chords, we have passing chords. Passing chords are all these examples, but we have dominant chords, like I said before. So yeah, we have different types of chords. I don't think passing chords should be in this side because it's not when you talk of building. Passing chords are just put in the middle of, if you want to go from, let's say, a saw, do, a fa to a do, you can play a saw in between fa do instead of fa do. So yeah, that's what passing chords are. I don't know why I'm explaining that now because it's not in our artist thing. I just digressed. But yeah, so that's it for chords. So the most chord, not let me not say the most, the chords you're to know as a beginner is basically triads, right? Triads. So I just want to give some basic theory knowledge, right? Theory knowledge that will really help you. So the way chords are built, because it's a different thing to know to just play chords and everything, and to know exactly what you're playing and why you're playing what you're playing, right? So yeah, so the way chords are built is you pick for triads, for like now under triads, right? So we have major triads and we have minor triads. So major triads is just basically playing the do, the mi, and the so on a key. Let's take for example the G, right? Let me give music theory to that too. It's basically playing the basically moving, stacking is basically stacking a fourth on top of a third on top of a fourth. So you are stacking a fourth and then a third on top of the fourth. you wouldn't remember because I didn't do a whole I should have done it. I should have done it because for should I do this? No, let's keep it. Let's keep it. Let's not. I don't want to do too much theory and confuse you, but it's stacking it all on top of a fresh. If I explain that later, then I explain this. If I don't, you survive without it. It's not very important, but it's a good thing to know. I know it, so I mean, but yeah. So it's speaking the do, the mi, and the so on a um on a on a key and playing them together at once. So a dominant chord is adding a seventh. That's like the T to it. That's a dominant chord, and that is no longer a triad because triad is just three. But then you can add this one on and play together. Music is beautiful when you add. Melodies are great. So yeah, and then adding a what's below a seventh. That's a seventh flat. Adding a seventh flat makes it an augmented chord. So yeah, a dominant seven is also called a major seven. Abi? No, I think they're different. Oh, let me not say something I'm not sure of, so I don't really confuse people. Let me not even say that one at all. Let's forget all the things I said 1 minute before now. Let's start over. 1 minute, 2 minutes before now. Let's start over. So basically, a triad playing three notes at the same time, right? So how you do that is that you pick the do, the mi, and the so on a key and you play them together at once. So let's start from a G. When we want to say a G major chord, right? We play a G, play the mi, and play the so. So this is a do mi so, right? But then because we cannot put our finger here, and also put our finger here and fret at the same time, like this one will overshadow this one because we're playing them on the same string. But you know, I said that the fifth here can also be the open string on the next one. So instead we play open string on this one. So we play do mi and a so open string. So you don't put your finger do mi so. So that's a G major chord. So playing them together, that's a chord. Right? So when you pick any single note and you build that from there, you have a chord. So let's take C for example. So C, so it's a do, and play the mi. Sorry, come up here, play the mi, do. Sorry. Do, mi, and then open on the next. So, Viola. So that's a C major chord. C major chord. Let's pick another one. F. Let's just go directly on that. So that's it. Only so. That so doesn't sound very correct. So this was supposed to be, and not so. It's supposed to be so. So it's supposed to do me so, and that's this thing. So that's key. That's this thing is not very tuned. I think do me so. Instead of this, just hear so in your head. That's the that's the chord. Let me tune it. And then I don't know why it's not showing here. That's just tuned. This is it. Supposed to be. Oh shit. Sorry. Touching the wrong thing. So this yeah, so let's do that again. Alright, so let's do that again. We have a do. Sounds very sorry, 1 second. I'm just gonna try so like I was saying, chords. Sorry for the breaking transmission, that took a lot of time. Just I don't know, man. So sorry for breaking transmission. So that's it. Do mi so. What was I talking about? I was talking about triads. Okay, so triads. And then if you want to build a minor chord, you go 1 step lower on the Mi. So let's start from a G, and then normally you're supposed to be Mi, but then you take it 1 step lower, right? So this is a G minor chord. While your G major chord is a G minor chord is a. So this one sounds, most times people refer to minor chords as the sad chords because they just sound sort of depressing, right? But this one sounds so happy. So so minor chords and major chords. So that is the idea behind building chords. So for the guitar, right? Instead of doing all this building the whistle and things like that, you have hand placements that make it easy for you to know what chord you're playing and what chord to play, or what chord you want to play just off your head when you know the hand placements for them, right? So for G, this is the hand placement. The hand placement is basically like what we have done, and then you can add these 2 fingers here. Make it sound fuller. So what notes is this that we're adding? I've never really checked. Let me check. So this is basically a G that we're adding here, and then on top of that we're adding a B, C, D basically. So that is like a 5th. That's the saw. D is the saw on G major scale, so adding a saw and a higher do at the end of our chord just to make it sound fuller. So that is add what's it, so a 5th, add 5, add 5, add what? Add 8. Because an 8 is also an octave, so but then basically this is the hand placement for a G major chord, this is the hand placement for a C major chord. At least this is the hand placement I play because it's easier to go, let me see, from a D, G to a C like this. instead of this. This is another hand placement for C, but this is like a C major 7. So, but most times I play this, and I learned it from someone too. Let's play this from someone because it's easier to go from a G like this to a C like this, and not go trying of plenty playing. Right? So next chord we would learn. Oh no, wait, let's not learn chords first. I've touched the hand placement for a G. Let me just show you how exactly to place your fingers. But before I do that, let me explain why we are learning these particular chords. Okay, so for the just need to lean back because my back is paining me. So for the I'm coming from somewhere. Let me try and remember. There's something I just remembered I wanted to say, and I've totally forgotten it. I'll just take 5 seconds to remember. Right, sorry. So I wanted to teach some music theory as regards playing for songs, accompanying for songs, right? So most songs that we sing in Nigeria, and most pop songs being like the songs that are the Jim songs in the maybe they use a certain number of chords. So they basically use the do, fa, sol, la, either of these 4 chords. So these 4 chords is what when you are accompanying most times you play. Although like people that are advanced, they begin to add different. You hear people play stuff, man. Music is beautiful, but when you're just a beginner, right? These are the 4 chords that most times are in almost every song. So it's just about playing your way around it. So some songs can use a fa sol la do, or a do fa sol la this thing, or a so you can use a sol la do, like just rearranging those 4 chords and playing around them to build a song. That's just basically what is done most times. So if you know the 4 chords on almost every, if you know the placement for the 4 chords on every, like the do, fa, sol, la chords on every key, it will be easier for you to know. And you are wondering why is she referring to do, fa, sol, la as chords, because she said do, fa, sol, la were notes, right? But the thing about music is that, or the thing about building chords is that you build them on that key. Like you see now, we built a chord on the G major, right? So basically you build on the notes. So that note has its own chord, but it's also still a note, and also it is a key. Like now if I'm playing in the key of G, my do is my G. So if I'm playing in the key of G major, my do is my G. My re is A, like I said before, and all those other stuff. I explained this in the former video, so I won't go over that again. But then so when you're building chords, you're building on top of that G. So you have the G, and then you have the mi, so on the G. So that's basically the whole idea of building chords. So like I said before, if you know the do, fa, sol, la chord on every key, you'll be able to play it, right? Let's take for example the G chord. So what do I do? Do, our fa is what? C. This is our C. So if we know how to build a chord on C, for la, we know the fa, and then for la, you know the fa. That's rhymes. But then so this is C, and then for so, our so is this. This is a dynamite. D. Wow! If I knew the chord placement, the hand placement, I mean the finger placement for the D major chord, I'll be able to play the so. And then what do we have as our la? E. So if I knew this thing for E, I'll be able to play the laps, right? So that's just the main idea. Okay, so one thing to note is that there are some chords in the scale that are minor chords, almost always minor chords, and there are some chords that are always major chords on a key. So on G, on a scale, So we have do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. The do is a major chord. Just note, I don't want to begin to explain the idea, but then like do is a major chord, fa is a major chord, sol is a major chord, and all the rest are minor chords. So re is the minor chord, mi would be a minor chord, la would be a minor chord, ti would be a minor chord. So every other thing would be a minor chord apart from the do, fa, and sol. So those are the major chords. So whenever you are building, right, I told you the four chords we use are the do, fa, sol, la chords, right? So the la would always be a minor chord. So for the key of G now, like I said before, we have do to be G, fa to be C, D to be sol, and our la is E. So this would be an E minor chord, or to be a G major chord, C major chord, G major chord, but an E minor chord for the key of G. So let me just show you hand placement for playing on the key of G. So I think I'm explaining this thing in such a scattered way, but I hope you understand it. Sure. So yes, so for the G now, this is the hand placement. You put a finger here. Let me remove this. A finger on the third fret of the. Oh, I also forgot to mention in the other videos that we have fret markers here. So this is also the like a fret marker. This circle here, fret marker for the third fret. But then the one that you don't play the guitar and be stretching your neck, I'm looking like this. So the one that we don't playing use most times are the ones here. But you now, if you want to see what I'm playing now, you can know where I'm playing because of the ones in the front, right? And I mean, it makes life a whole lot easier. The person that invented fret markers, 3 busa for you. You deserve it. So yes, but at least I don't say anything. But yes, so for the G major chord, right, we put one finger here, on the third fret of the. Then next we put the next one on the second fret of the A. So that is a G chord. But then, like I said before, to make it fuller, we can also put on the last string here, the E. You put G. When you put it here on the E string, you put it on the third fret as a G, and then you put here there's a D. So this here, right here and here. So the last 2 strings. But then if that one is hard for you, you can start like this and I won't do that, or you can put only this one, only the last one there. Makes so much sense. So that's a do on the G major key, on the key of G, do. And then on the key of G, you also have a fa, and I said before, our fa on the key of G is a C. So the way to be the C is basically the same idea. It is, and it is as a chord. So, but then we also put these 2 here just to make it, So because on the key of C, G is the 5th. Okay, I'll explain that. Oh, don't worry, let me not jump. Let me finish the key of G first. So it just sounds better when you put these 2. But then, like I said before, you can also play the C like this. When you're playing on the key of C, it's better to play like this because on the key of C we have an F, and this is actually an F. Let me not jump. But then, like, you also have displacement, or you have displacement. So that's a C major 7. This is a C. What is this? I'm not sure. But then yes, so the next would be a D. And how to play a D? D is our sol on the scale on the key of G. So how to play our D is this. You put finger on the, what's this? It's the third string from down, but the 4th from up. So you put one finger here, and then on the last string, on the second fret of the 3rd string, on the last string here, you put on the 2nd fret, and then on the 3rd fret of the middle one, that's the one in between both of them. So that would be the 5th string from up or from down the second string, put one finger on the third fret, and then you fret. For this one, you fret only from the fourth string downward. So that's the D major chord. And then for G, sorry, I didn't tell you the notes you should strum, not fret, strum. You strum only the last 4 strings. So from up here, you strum everything. For the G, you strum the whole this thing. For the C, you strum only from here, the 5th. Yes, the 5th. So that's the last 5. You just strum this one up here. And then for this one, for the D, my water is boring. Okay, so for the D, you strum only the last 4. And what's the last thing we have on the key of G? We have an E minor. I feel like I've not done enough explanation in on the notes and everything, but hopefully you can go back and re-listen, or hopefully you understand. Because if I want to go in depth, I'll have to like take by around paper and explain. But this one is this is the reason why this is. Well, let's just leave for now. So this is how to play an E minor. So an E minor, you play everything. There are no restrictions. But for a D, remember last 4. For a C, remember from the 5th, and then from a G you have. Okay, so what song should I use as an example? Let's take for instance. Let me think. Thinking of a song I can get more, but yes, but one thing to practice to do is to learn to play these things. You can start slow, start by strumming 1, for me when I'm playing this E minor, I don't remove these 2 fingers from here because it makes it sound nice that way. But for the D, you remove this last one up and then you keep only 3 there. And one thing to do, I'm working on that too, is to remember to fret close to the fret and like if you want to fret the second fret, make sure you fret at this point, don't fret in the middle, right? Because it makes it sound better. Although sometimes my hand used to move, my finger used to move too, so practice makes perfect, and we would get there. So just practice going from a G to a C, from a G to a C, from a G to a C, G to a C, and then you can practice C to an E minor, C to an E minor, C to an E minor, then you practice C to a Sol, C to a D, rather, that's a Sol. So let me use it from a Do to a Fa, from a Fa to a La, from a La to a So. So just practice going over this between one place to one place and the chords. Practice building the chords, or you can just do this. Like it takes time for your hand to be nimble and moving. Like when I started, I used to do here, now wait, now arrange my fingers, because I started playing C like this before somebody showed me this way of playing C that was easier here. So I'll first wait and arrange, now wait and arrange again if I play, now wait and arrange it. Even my strumming was not this good, right? And it's not even good yet, but it was not this bad. It was better than this. If there's anything, it was worse than this, right? So it's just time. Take time. Do this one. Do this one. Go to the next one. Do this one. This the next one. Just practice going from place to place, and then you just begin to find songs that fit this thing. Just basically, if you pick a song, right, and you move around this place, you would honestly find the progression for it. Let me pick a song. Fire. No, it's not Fire My Altar. Is it Fire My Altar? Let's use G. I'll give you this one. Do, do. I see through the lens of the cross. I see through the lens of the gospel. Know that you are good. You are good, Jesus. Know that you are good. You are good, Jesus. I see through the lens of the cross. I see through the lens of the gospel. Know that you are good, Jesus. Know that you are good, Jesus. Oh, you are good, Jesus. 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 So it's just basically going around there, right? Although it will obviously not be this easy for you since you're just starting, but practice makes perfect, right? Hearing a song, figuring out, oh wow, which one would go with it. Just coming to your guitar, playing do, then singing, then playing this. Do they go no? Oh, let me start do, then play this. Does it go? Oh, okay, that works better. This does it go? And like things like that. Like that's how you play yourself. And before you know which chord fits what. Like you just sit down on your guitar and you just play. Like before you know the song you came to learn, right? You just know what comes next, what comes next, what comes next. It's you get used to it. It's called ear training. The thing with ear training is that sometimes you might not even just practicing different songs, practicing different songs, different things. Your ear will just get trained by itself, right? Yes, so that's basically for building chords for the G. So let me teach you that I see through the lens of a cross song, right? So you start from a C, that's our fa. So on this key, on the key of G, I see through the lens of a cross. Then you go to a La, that's an E minor. I see, come back to a C, through the lens of a, then go to a D. I know that you are good, and you come to a this, that's a Do, that's a G. Know that you are, go back to C, you are good, G, and a So, that's our D. I think I'm using the tonic solfa and notes interchangeably because on different tonic solfa, your do fa sol la, right, on different notes is different. So my do on G, like I said before, is G, my fa is this, my this is this, my this is that. So like the good thing is knowing both of them, knowing to say the notes and then also knowing to say the tonic solfa, because you can go to different places at different times. You can meet musicians that prefer the do using the tonic solfa to the notes, and sometimes you can see places that they only use notes. They only say, oh, I'm playing the key of G, so let's play C, let's play this minor, and this that, right? And in those places, like wherever you are, it will be easy for you to pick up because you know how to use interchangeably both of them, right? So for a G now, like I said before, G is our do, this is our fa, that's a C, la, and then a do back, right? So it's good to learn both of them, but now you can now go to a different key. Like now on the key of C, our C is our do, and then our one. Okay, let me teach you how to know what your do fa sol la on each key is, since I'm doing it right now. Why are they leaning back? So yes, so to know your do for G now, for example, we went over the scale of G. We said to build a G, you have first G and then our raise A. I'll just follow this thing and say the notes. Start from this thing. So this is do is G, then re is what's after G, A, then B is mi, then C is fa. So you see that do is G, C is fa, right? You can see now. So our C is our fa. That's why on the fa we play C major, on the G, then the key of G. So our C is fa. Then 5 is D. The fifth one is D. That's our sol. So you see that's why we play D major chord for the sol. Then you have la. which is E. So play an E minor, like I said before. The E minor, the La is always a minor, a minor. So whatever it is, so our E is E, right? So you play a minor chord for the La, and then last the octave D. So basically our do fa sol la is do, that's G, fa, C, D, so, and E minor, and E for La, but E minor because it's La is always a minor. So let's go to another key. Let's take C for example. C is, oh sorry, I skipped one. Whoa, I skipped T. T is F sharp, yes, and G. So yes, so La, and so you have do. So La, we don't use the T, but I just forgot to mention it in the scale. I'm not saying we don't use it. People use the T, but then like just for the beginner levels, like when you're building your 4 chords, T is not there, only G major. So yeah, take for example, let's now use C. So C, there's no sharp, so that's why C is the perfect example. C is where everybody starts learning from itself. But on the guitar, G is where people start learning from on the guitar, because it's just very easiest key to play on. But something like the keyboard now on the piano, people start playing from the C, because C is all the white notes. I mean, C is just, the C scale is just white notes only, so it's just easier for you to pick up than the G. G has a sharp in it, like that's F sharp, that's our T, so it will be harder than playing only the white notes. So what was I saying? I was saying that, right, C major. So on the C major now, it's going to be C, D. Our do is C, and we have D as re, Mi as E, then F as fa. So you see F, our fa on C major would be F. Then so we have G, and then this same G on the G was do. So like the fa sol la doesn't, it changes based on the key you're playing on. Your scale changes based on the key you're playing on. But because like everybody wants to, we just want to have this thing that we can refer to it. So you know that if I'm playing on this key, I'm playing the do on that key. It's just the do fa sol la, this thing is just easy to understand, because okay, I'm just gonna stop there. That's train of thoughts. I'm not sure you understand. It's just going there. So on C we have C, D, E, F. F is our fa. Then we have D as our so. Then for La we have A. So D. Am I missing something? C, D, E, F, G. Sorry, G, not D. C, D, E, F, G is our so. And then you have A minor as our La, and then A, B is our T, and back to C. See, perfect, easy. So that's the scale. So basically when you want to play, you'd have a do, fa, sol, la, or do, fa, sol, la, basically. So you'd play those 4, and so on the key of C you'd have do as, oh Jesus, I want to sleep, man. So on the key of sorry, so the key of C you'd have do as your C, F as fa, G as so, and then La as A. But then because La is always a minor chord, you play A minor chord. So I'll teach you the hand placement for the key of C. I'll be the hand placement for the chords on the key of C. But then for now, let me continue with the G. I just wanted to explain the whole idea of the chords and the tonic so far. So it varies for each key. Let's take another key, for example. Which one? Let's take the key of F, right? When you're playing on the key of F, on the key of F, you actually have only one sharp, 2, and that's a B flat. A B flat is also an A sharp. So on the key of F, you'd have F, G, A, then you have A sharp or A flat, because you have do, re, mi, fa, A sharp or A flat, or A sharp or B flat. Then you would have C. So C is going to be on the key of F. C is going to be our. I think I'll teach you how to the hand placement for the key of F too. The thing with G, C, and F is that because they have some of the same notes, like C now, the only different notes on the key of C was F. Apart from that, an A minor. So apart from that, we know the G and we know how to play D. And they were on the key of C. No, we don't play G. And we know how to play C. Yes, and those were the two notes that were repetitive. Also for the F too. On the F, C is on the key of F. B flat. Let me just finish counting the F notes. So we have F, we have G, we have A, we have B flat, then we have C. So you know C, we know C. So our Fa is B flat, right? Or A sharp, B flat, and then C is our So, and then for La we have D minor, and then we have E, then we have F again. So it just follows the same. It's not your time, don't worry, I got you. So it just follows the same idea all over again. I think it's time. This is going to be over 2 o'clock. 2:30. Alright. So sorry for the breaking transmission. Alright, so it just follows the same idea, the same pattern. So for our key of F now, you'd have F, you'd have B flat, you'd have C, and you'd have D, but then D minor because it's on this thing. So we already know C, and we would know F because we are going to play it. No, C and what did I say just now? Is it F I said B, C. Sorry, C and F, yes. So we have C and F because we're going to play it on the key of C, we are going to play F. So just because they have some repetitive notes, some notes that is in each key, most times they're the easier keys to play on. So yes, but those are the 3 keys I can play. Me now, those are 3 I can play on, at least for now. Yeah, but we're working towards learning more. And yes, if you have a capo, okay, no, let's not go into the area of capos for now. We'll talk about that later on. But if you have a capo, things get easier because if you put your capo, like capo is like it's like a thing that you, like now if you put it here, it will clamp on the string. So let's say you put it on the 2nd fret here, it will clamp on the string, and then whatever you're playing, it now acts as this thing here at this place. So you know we're playing G before here, but then if I put a capo here, and then so this is where my capo is, right? I'll just put this earpiece as my capo so you remember. The capo is here like this, right? I'm not with the capo right now, so yeah. So if I now want to play this, because this is basically what I was playing, the 3rd fret. So if you count from this place here, 1, 2, 3, play on the 3rd fret. So we're playing with the idea of G. We're playing with the idea of G with the capo here, but it would not be G. It would be, let's count down. After G we have G sharp and A. So that would be playing on the key of A. So basically you can play on any key if you have a capo. It just depends on where you put the capo. So basically the capo acts as this bar, and also that's the idea of bar chords too. When you play a bar chord like this, you're putting your hand here as the bar, as this thing all the way here. So whatever you play here now is going to be based on the idea of like moving 2 strings, 3 notes away, just like how the capo is here, and you move 2 notes down. So you're playing the same idea, 3rd fret from the bar, but then what you're playing now is an A and not a G. That's if you had a capo, or if you're using bar chords. We'll go into the idea of bar chords later, but that's the main idea. Yeah. So if you had a capo, you'd be able to play different keys. You'll be able to play different keys just with the idea of the shapes, you know, the hand placements, you know. But then the more hand placements you know, the better for you, because without the keyboard you can move around, you can do string and feel good, stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, the more chords you know how to play, the more hand placements for chords you know how to play. All right. So yes, I was going to teach you the you are good Jesus thing. So yeah, so we start from a C, and our C is our fa. So you go, so we're playing the key of G. G, I see through the lens of the cross. And you go to your A minor, E minor, sorry. So you start from a C. So we're playing the key of G, remember? Do, I see through the lens of the cross. Let me stop doing this beating thing because you're just letting me. So it's just for you to strum down. Remember, I said from C, you're strumming only from the 5th, right? So you just, I see through the lens of the, I won't tap because you're new, so tapping would confuse you and stuff. So let's just do the normal strumming this thing. I'm just going to strum all the way once down. I see through the lens of the cross. So all you just have to do is basically move this. That's the reason why this idea of this C and this G is good, because you're just moving with these two fingers, and then when you come to the D, you're just moving these two fingers here and then like this one here. So I'll do it really slow because you're still learning and stuff. So yeah, I see through the lens of the cross. Let me leave my two fingers here because that's how I play. Well, if you feel like the two fingers is a lot for you to handle while doing all these things at the same time, it's fine. You can just do without it. Just remove the two fingers and play without it, right? Let me play without it. I see through the lens of the cross. I see. And go back to C. Through the lens of the gospel into D. I know that you are, come back here, good, you are good, Jesus. I know that you are good, you are, then you go to G rather, Jesus. Sorry, I'll take that again. So you start, I see from C, through the lens, then you go to E minor, cross. I see through the lens, then you go to D, gospel. Know that you are good, Jesus. Know that you are good, you are good, Jesus. Right, yes. So I see through the lens, then go to E minor. I see through the lens, then go to here. So know that you are good, Jesus. Know that you are good, Jesus. You are good, Jesus. Basically the same idea. Here, good, Jesus. You are good, E minor, cause you are good, G. Then for this one, we come to the Do, cause you are good, Jesus. See? You are good, Jesus. 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 The problem with choosing this song as a first song to learn is that like the chord changes are a lot, so it's going to take a while to figure it out. But then it's also good because like once you know how to play this and play this fast, relatively fast, it's going to be very good for you, because then you would know how to move from one chord to the other, one chord to the other. So it's like a good song to learn to play, but then also an exercise for you. All right, so is learning to go from one chord to another chord to another chord. So like I said before, practice makes perfect. Spend hours, time, okay, maybe not hours, spend a lot of time, hours though. Like the more you practice, the more consistent you are practicing every day, the easier it's going to be for you to learn, right? And yeah, that's it for that song. What was the first song I learned? I think I learned to play a Lewis Capaldi song. What was it? It's not Before You Go. Now the day you lost someone you loved, right? So what's the when you lost someone? And maybe this one will be better. This thing, let me figure. So yeah, I think it works. You can actually use the you can use the idea of the this. That's like a going from a G to a C to a E minor to a D for someone you love. It's not the, let's say, most correct way to play it. But then for practice it's good. So if you know the song, you can play it. So it's do I'm going under in this time, and this one is better because like it's giving more time to put your hand or arrange your hand in the place you're supposed to arrange your hand. So you can just strum one and take your time arrange the other one. So the song is slower and like better, and also you only have to strum once. So I think this is a better exercise, but you can do the other one. It's like, I don't, well, for you could be a better exercise, but then like that one is also good because like once you know how to play it fast, you are getting better at moving your fingers around the guitar, right? So you have a this I'm going under, then go to this, and this view is no one to save me. Then you go here, then you come back to a do. This all or nothing really got away, you're driving me crazy. And you go to this, I need somebody to do, somebody to find, somebody to lie, somebody to so it's easy to do, it's never the fire. I guess I gotta lie, and I don't need to do it now, David. Going tonight for to me, you're not here, so give me through it all. I let my guard down, and then you pull around. I was getting kinda used to being someone you love. Basically, easy stuff. So do this and a this and a bum and a and a and a do boo do boo dish and a pam pam this and a blip blip bad and a this and a that's all. So yeah, easy. I know it's not. All right, so yeah, that's it for learning to play, and then yeah, I think I can do more songs, more videos. Ask me anything. Can your friend do this? Can your friend? You'll never have a friend like me. But yes, so that's it. Is this? All right. Yeah. So the thing with strumming is I've not said anything about strumming so far. So I'm sure you find it hard strumming too. Just move this finger all the way down. Some people do their fingers like this when they strum, so you might find it easier to do that. Me, I use just this part of my flesh here. Yeah, when you want to strum, don't use your finger, please. I should have said that from the beginning. Don't use this place. And also, one thing is that long nails are not really compatible with the guitar. Yeah, they are not, because they get in the way of everything. Because here now, you will not be able to fret because your nails will be carrying your hand up when your palm, your flesh, the part of your flesh here, is supposed to be on top of the string, right? So the thing is, we use the flesh and not the fingernails to press down the string. Okay, if you've been using fingernails, I'm very sorry, I didn't mention it before, so that would most likely have been a problem for you. But then use the part of the flesh. Obviously, it's going to pick, like, if you look in my this thing now, there are so many in this thing, and like calluses will form, your flesh they'll get hard. But you know, this beauty is pain, like they say. It it will get better, it will heal. That's the reason why when you're first starting, it will be very hard to play for a long time because your fingers. But professional guitarists, yeah, just professional guitarists, they're very used to it. They just carry it and play for some because like your skin there will get used to it, adapt at the end of the day. Alright, so yeah, I said I was going to teach to play on the key of C, so we'll do that now. So on the key of C, our do is our C, our fa is our F, our la is our A minor, and our so is our G, huh? So, and we already know how to play G, la. We know how to play C, la. So all we need to learn is an A minor and F. So the thing for the key of C, is that sometimes I prefer playing the key of C, the C for the key of C in this way. And this is having your finger on the C, that's third fret of the second string here, and then next second fret of the third string here, from up, from down is the fourth string, and then on the second string from down, or the fifth string from up, on the first fret, you fret there too. So you have a this, and a this. So when you play it all together, you play from here, from the fifth string, or the second from up. So that's a C. And I like playing it this way because the F is very close to it. So an F is just basically putting this finger down and putting this finger down. Let me take it back to the C. This is the C. So you put this finger down and this finger down. For la, you have an F chord. So the F is a finger on the third string from up, from down, the fourth string. Third string from up, and then here on the third string from down, or the fourth string from up, you put on the second fret. So that's third fret of the third string. The fourth string, you have third fret on the fourth string, on the third string from down, fourth string from down, third string from down. So third string from down, that's from here, and then you just keep it on the second one here where it was on the C. So you can come easily from a C to a this. And one other reason why playing the C like this is good for the key of C is because on A minor is like this. So let me remove my finger. So you put your finger here. So you put on the second string of the third fret from up. Then also third string, second fret, third string from up, second fret, then fourth string from up, second fret, and then it's for A minor. This for A minor that I'm showing you now, and then the second string on the first fret, second string from down, first fret. So you have this A minor. So we started from a C to an F and a minor, and then you have a G. So this is the only one that you take that will take you moving your hand really much, and that's this one. So for the other ones it's going to be easy because you're just doing this, then you're doing this, then you come into this. Pew! Easy peasy. So let's play, which song did I teach? I thought what's that, Someone You Loved. So let's play that. So we're on the key of C now. C. I'm going under in this alright, wait a second. It's gonna choke me somewhere. Let me clear my throat. Alright. So we have I'm going under and this time I feel there's no one to save. There you go. It's all or nothing, really got away or driving me crazy. See, I need somebody to see, somebody to have, somebody to aim my you go to G, it's easy to see. Na 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 F, I guess I kind of aim at on na 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 baby into nightfall, and you're not here to give me through it all. I let my guard down, and then you pulled it right. I was getting kinda used to being someone you love. Basically, that easy. Let me see. So, and if you want to play the ICH, we're going to rehearse because our fa here is F. So remember, different keys, different notes. So here we did a C, and then an F, and then an A minor, and then an G. That's for someone you loved, huh? And then here we're going to do an A F, because that one we started from the fa, right? For you are good, Jesus. That's like, what's the name of the song? I still less of course. So do, I'm singing on this key. I see through the lens of a cross. I see through the lens of a go to. So I know that you are good, you are good, Jesus. Know that you are good, Jesus. I see through the lens of a cross. For us, sorry, that's a mistake on my part. I see through the lens. I see, we're starting from far. I see through the lens of a cross. A minor. See through the lens of a cross. Know that you are. Remember our so here is G. That's where I'm coming all the way down here to G. Know that you are good. You are good, Jesus. Know that you are good, Jesus. I see. And another way to strum this. No, I'll do it for someone else. So I see through the lens of a cross, A minor. I see through the lens of a cross. I know that you are good, Jesus. I know that you are good, Jesus. So you are good, Jesus. You are good, Jesus. You are good, Jesus. You are good, Jesus. You are good. You are good, Jesus. You are good, Jesus. You are good, Jesus. You are good, Jesus. Sorry, I think that's not the way it's from a fa. You are good, Jesus. You are good, Jesus. You are good, you are good, you are good, Jesus. Good, Jesus. Okay. Go to a C, you are good, Jesus. I said I was going to stop with the tapping. I'm sorry. Just when you're playing, don't worry about the tapping. Just continue trying to move your hands around. Like I said before, practice makes perfect. So it's better to start with G and know how to do that very comfortably before you want to start learning this C, because it's just going to be easier for you, because now your hands are more nimble and you can move from like here to here easily, to here to here, and so like to be easier for you to move from here to here to here to like just C is the best place. G rather G is the best place to start. Yes. So I'm going to teach you another sort of strumming this thing. Let's go to G on someone you loved. So you want to start with Do. I'm going under, and this time I feel there's no one to save me. This all or nothing really got a way of driving me crazy. So you can also do I need somebody to hear what you do. See, the song got livelier because I was doing more than one this thing here, like you get. So it's easy to say, never the same. Or you can just do two. I need somebody who don't when you get accustomed to that, you can now begin to do somebody to get on to what you do that one to what, or you can do one and somebody to get one two and one two three four and one two, but it's the same one two, never the same one two three. about keeping to time. Strumming is just about reading. When you get rhythm of a song, just put your hand, get safe and stuff. But I think I can teach. I can do a video on strumming later and show like different strumming patterns. But for now, that's it. And let me just show one more strumming this thing in case I don't get to do a video in a long time again. So just so that at least I know I show this. So you can do now the daydream want you come up. So you can go down. So one thing about strumming is that we use down strokes and up strokes. So I can do so so yeah. So how you do that is that you do the downstroke, and when you're coming up, you just hit like 3 here. You don't need to try to hit everything, right? You just hit like 3 or 4, then you continue, right? So you do the downstroke, you move down, bram, then you come up, bram, go down, bram, come up, bram, come up. And remember, it's not your nail, it's the flesh that's touching. Alright, so what I'm doing here is you can do it anyhow. Like the reading suits the one that suits the reading better. The one I'm doing here is one. I'm doing down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. I think I'm somebody. I think that's it. What else? I think that's it. So, yeah. That is it. I think that is all I wanna teach. What I wanna say. What else do I wanna say? What else? I'm trying to remember. Before I end the video, if there is anything I want to say. But yes, like I said before, practice makes perfect. So practice as frequently as you can, and you start getting better in no time. And you can check the internet for easy chord progression songs, or songs that have easy chord progression. Or when you hear a song, just come and sit on your guitar and try to play it. You see, like, things get easy. Alright, so yeah, that's it, guys, for the day. Thank you very much. Peace and bye. Bye.